Welcome everybody to Leap Weekly, your weekly update of economic development initiatives and projects and everything going on in the Lansing region, Michigan, Ingham, Eaton, and Clinton County. My name is Bob Trezise. I'm President and CEO of Lansing Economic Area Partnership, LEAP. And let's get right to the amazing things and projects that are coming up and have happened this week. First of all, we're very excited that today is the first day of our nationally recognized Maker Week. This is a second annual event that, again, is receiving a lot of national attention. It's put on by LEAP and by our partners at Lansing Community College and a host of other partners and sponsors. It starts today because today is the National Manufacturing Day, but it's also primarily about next week, where we have all kinds of workshops and seminars, speakers, a food and brew at Allen Marketplace. All of this culminating in LEAP's and LCC's Startup Weekend next weekend, which is 54 hours at LCC West that begins Friday night. Anyone can come and present your project or your possible idea for a business. Tony Willis, our new economy director, and LCC, and Tom Donaldson, and everybody else works together to help all of our teams put together the best business plans. Eventually on Sunday, we have a business winner, and that person gets their own business prototype, and they're off and running and creating a great business. So it's going to be an awesome week. Thank you to Tony Willis and Lansing Community College and SBDC and everybody involved, all of our partners and sponsors, making this a great week. Congratulations to all involved in that. This coming week on October 8th is the sold out first annual Placemaking Summit at the Lansing Center, put on by the Arts Council of Greater Lansing. Congratulations to the Arts Council for putting on this great event. We're having national speakers coming in, and it's going to be an awesome event as we talk about the importance of placemaking related to economic development. And it's a big feature, as you know, of LEAP's economic development initiatives over the last few years. There was a very interesting article this week, as usual, in the Lansing State Journal, and this had a lot to do with Syrian refugees and the overall refugee environment of Lansing. Maybe you know, maybe you don't know, that Lansing has a historical record over the last 40 years of being one of the top refugee centers in America, something that we're very, very proud of. As you know, a big part of our economic development efforts is to portray the Lansing area as an international global environment, which it is. We speak over 70 languages. We have a huge Chinese population. We're a very welcoming and inclusive community with regard to refugees. And so there's a very interesting article about this, that 17,000 refugees have come into the Lansing area over the last 4 decades, 600 in the last 12 months, 130 last month. The average is 50. And while these are not Syrian refugees at the time, we are anticipating welcoming at some point our friends from Syria who are going through hell, on earth and everything else. And of course, these folks are great contributors to our economy. They are entrepreneurs. They are business startups. They are great families. They have deep values that interconnect with our values here. They make for great neighbors and friends and churchgoers and worshipers of all varieties and people. So we're very excited and continue to recognize the great efforts at Lansing Community College, at the Refugee Development Center, at St. Vincent's, in putting together these kinds of programs that allow the Lansing area to continue to be recognized as an important international gathering area for refugees and families. I also want to say a mention to the Lansing State Journal. They had a great article on the Hope Soccer Complex. And the Mullen family has added a restaurant, and the bar is up and running with wine and beer and food, great food. The turf is in place, grandstands and lights. And I got to tell you, I'm very proud of this story in particular, and want to congratulate Mayor Bonero and the Mullins for putting together this project. 2 years ago, it was pretty much down to the wire. The park was essentially going to be chain linked closed, and it's a nice park. It's a great place for soccer and families from around the region to get together. We thought it could be a Midwest attraction point, though, a destination for recreation, for soccer, for lacrosse, for football, other activities. Of course, who has the money to do it? And the Mullins came through. The city of Lansing signed a lease agreement LEAP facilitated all of these meetings and put the concept together. And today, instead of a closed park, we have a park that's wide open and attracting leagues and people from around the Midwest to the south side of Lansing. It's just a terrific environment for competing, for kids competing, and for families to enjoy Lansing for the entire weekend. So a quick shout out and thank you to the Mullins and everything that is going on out there. Congratulations to Mayor Bonero and the city of Lansing. And I'm proud of LEAP for being the tip of the spear on putting together that entire project. Thank you and congratulations to everybody. Last week, the Lansing Chamber had the 10 over the next 10 continued competition. I believe this is their 9th year putting this together. It's in conjunction with the Grand River Connection Group. And one of our very own was on the list of 10 this year, and that is Tony Willis, our director of the New Economy Division. So congratulations, Tony Willis, for this high honor. This is an awesome group of 90 folks now over the last 9 years. I know they got together for a breakfast that morning, and these are the movers and shakers of the future, and what a great event by the Lansing Chamber and Grand River Connections. A little shout out to all 90 of you who are out there. You can move the future. You have a growing power. You can put everything together. You can demand the certain changes that you want in our economic environment, in our political environment. It's up to you to get together, to regularly get together and participate and continue on with the great changes that are happening in our Lansing region. And I'm so glad that Tony Willis and so many others that we know our friends will be a part of that. I want to say thank you too to our own COO, Steve Willoughby, and thank the Department of Environmental Quality. They had Steve give a big speech down in Novi on Thursday of this week. It was well received. You know, DEQ and so many other partners that maybe you don't typically think about, we, LEAP, work with very closely in putting together partnerships that make economic development a go. And DEQ is a huge part of that, and we were very pleased to go down and give a presentation about our projects that would not have otherwise happened. The outfield, marketplace, power station, none of those would be a go without the DEQ. And perhaps it's not a typical way that people think about economic development, but they should. Environmental activities and factors are as cleaning contaminated sites and cleaning water are as much a part of economic development as building buildings with brick and mortar. They all go together, and just like placemaking, just like our diversity initiative, our entrepreneurial efforts, all of these efforts have to be built together, and when put together properly, and LEAP is very, very good at that, then something special happens. And of course, that's what's happening here in the three-county area of Greater Lansing over and over. Finally, I want to welcome our LEAP members who are members of the steering committee. As a reminder, our steering committee meets this Tuesday, October 6th at 3 o'clock over at the MAC. We have a terrific agenda put together, important issues and items and insight related to our economic development efforts here in the Mid-Michigan area. If you're not a LEAP member, you're really missing it. This is a critical leadership table. If you are, I look forward to seeing you there. I hope everyone has a great week, enjoys homecoming at Michigan State University. We're going to take it to Purdue and on our way to a national championship, by the way. We'll talk to you soon.